Welcome to our little handmade home. My name is Tanya, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute oversized door tag hanger for your front door or anywhere in your home using Chalk Couture products. So let's get started. Today for our door tag, we're going to be using the transfer called Hello There. It comes in several pieces, so the first thing you want to do is cut off all the different elements. We are going to be using each one of these, but it's so much easier to work with when you take the transfer apart. And the base for our project is this 9x12 door tag. This is a wood surface that you can get from Chalk Couture. So we're going to go ahead and fuzz our first transfer. Super important, of course, on all your projects to make sure you're using the fuzzing cloth. And this project is really kind of fun. You just sort of get to eyeball where you want to put all the individual pieces. So just lay them out where you think they look good. You're not always going to get all the letters onto your surface, but that just kind of adds to the charm of this piece. So the colors that I've chosen for today's project are Ocean Mist, which is kind of a grayish blue, and then we're going to do a pop of Black Velvet. So these are the Chalkology pastes that I'm using. And you can see on this one that when I lift the transfer up, I actually had a couple of little spots that didn't fill in completely. I just took a paintbrush and touched them up and filled them in. You want to make sure that you've dried each layer using heat, or if you want to, just set it aside and let it sit for a while and let each layer dry completely before going on to the next one. This one here isn't quite so bad because the transfer isn't touching the previous paint, but the next two layers that we do are actually going to go over top of each other. So you want to make sure that the whole thing is set completely. So I'm continuing to use the Ocean Mist as my background color. And I love the different fonts that come on this transfer. You can do so many different things with it. Once you cut this apart, you could make individual designs with it. You can do all kinds of things with a transfer like this. This one, I think, with the block letters looks really cute, just going across. As you can see, again, not all the letters fit across, but that's okay. You can get the idea. You can see what I'm trying to say there. So this will be the last layer of Ocean Mist that we use on this project. And of course, when you're going over top of another layer, pull the transfer off carefully. You want to make sure that you're not getting any lifting from this layer or any others. You want to make sure, again, it's dried completely. And then we're going to move on to the layer where we're going to use the Black Velvet paste. And I just think with the script, it really makes it pop. I think it's so pretty. I'm definitely going to be using this particular piece of the transfer on other projects. I can tell that for sure. Of course, the other thing that I've been doing in between each layer is I have been cleaning my transfers. So make sure that you're not letting the paste dry on your transfers, because that is going to prevent you from being able to reuse them. So make sure you pull away carefully. And you know what? If it isn't perfect, it's okay. This is a handmade project. So make sure that each layer is completely dry before we get to the embellishment. And to create the embellishment and a hanger for this piece, I've used some cord, a simple silk flower, and some leaves. Now you don't have to do the flower and leaves if you don't want to, but I just thought it added a little something. So all I did was cut a length of cord, roughly the same length as the tag itself, tie a knot in the bottom, probably about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way down the length of the rope once it's folded in half. And then I untwisted the cord just to give it a little bit of separation, and it gives it a little bit more of a rustic farmhouse type of look. Once you split out some of the cords, go ahead and shake it up a little bit, and that helps to fluff it up, and I just think it looks really pretty. And then feed the cord through the hole at the top of the tag, and make sure that you have the knot laying where it's going to be the flattest against the board. I definitely had it in here right the first time. The next step is to trim your leaves and flower down so that they're going to sit as flat as possible against the knot. Now I'm going to glue the embellishment directly onto the rope because I don't actually want it attached to the wood. These surfaces are double-sided, and so if I want to make a different project, say in the fall or the winter, using the same board, I don't want to have a flower glued onto it and then have that residue sitting there. So this way I can always pull the rope out and I can choose to hang the tag differently. I can use the rope on a different project if I want to. It just makes it easier to reuse the piece. But that is it. Once you're finished all of your embellishment, your door tag is ready to go. Go ahead and hang it on your front door and welcome your visitors to your home with your beautiful Hello There Chalk Couture project.